All right, so there's no really predictions for this video. These are just gonna be stat predictions. Usually I'm predicting the 3 bosses, but the bosses were leaked on, actually in the game, but it was leaked more on Twitter, and that's when it kind of went semi-viral for the MLB community. The 3 cards that are coming out are a Greg Maddux, a Jimmy Rollins, and a Stan Musial. That was the leak. The leak were those 3 cards. We'll see if they end up changing it. These designs I have to my right, your left, these are cards that I designed, so these aren't actually the cards that are coming out on Friday. They might be similar in design. We're gonna go over some of the stats I came up with and some background info on some of these cards, some of these players, in case you guys don't know much about these cards. So let's get it going. All right, first one's up. Let's start with Jimmy Rollins, the MVP. Jimmy Rollins, he was the MVP in 2007. He played from 2000-2016 with Philadelphia Phillies, the Dodgers, and the White Sox. He was drafted right out of high school. In 2007, he was the MVP. That season, he had 296, 30 home runs, 94 RBIs, 41 stolen bases. He had 20 triples and 212 hits. He was in the MVP voting 5 times, a 4-time Gold Glove winner. His career average numbers don't look very sexy, but he was a .264 career hitter. He averaged 16 home runs, 67 RBIs, 33 stolen bases, and 175 hits per season. This is always a glitchy card because his swing is always so good. Probably out of these 3 cards, it might be the worst stat-wise as a shortstop. This might be a card a lot of people might actually look into. We'll see what they kind of give him stat-wise, but let's go over the numbers here real quick. So here's the card I came up with along with stats. It's hard to gauge what they're going to do because they do fluctuate. I feel like some of these cards, some of these award cards, I feel like they bump up their stats even if the season didn't dictate certain stat categories. We're going to put his contact versus right and left at 97, 104, power versus right at 90 and 93. I'm thinking probably 85 or more, and this card's going to be very, very usable. 102 vision, 60 discipline, 105 clutch. Secondary position, I don't think I guess you could put third base or second base here. Obviously I didn't put one here, but we're going to put his durability at 99, 90 fielding, 84 arm strength, 90 arm accuracy, 83 reaction with 89 speed, 84 stealing, and 80 base running aggressiveness. So that's going to be diamond hitting. That's going to be diamond defense. This is probably going to be the best all-around shortstop in the game. Being a switch hitter is going to have an advantage over players like Ernie Banks, and maybe if you prestige, maybe Carlos Correa or Didi Gregorius, some of those guys, but maybe even your cap. Obviously you can go different directions, but this is always a fan favorite, Jimmy Rollins. So I'm actually very excited he's going to be dropping here in the 6th inning. All right, next one up is a 99 overall Stan Musial. He played his entire career in St. Louis from 1941 to 1963. In 1948, he was the MVP that season. He had 376, had 39 home runs, 131 RBIs, 230 hits with 135 runs. His career average numbers, look at the stat line, 331, 25 home runs, 104 RBIs with 194 hits. This dude played 23 seasons. In 20 of those seasons, he was an all-star. He was in the MVP voting 18 times, and he was an MVP in 3 seasons in 43, 46, and 48. In 1947, he actually went off to the military, and then the next season came back and he was the MVP. So, I mean, that's his stat line up there is the 376. So it's crazy because a lot of these players back then did go to the military and then end up coming back. So it's kind of crazy to see he came back the very next season. He was the MVP. Obviously, with his career numbers, he was always a very high contact guy. We're going to put his contact versus right and left at 125. He had a signature series card last year. His power was in the 90s. We're going to bump that up a little bit because he did have some decent home run years. We're going to put it at 107 and 101. Vision at 125, discipline at 122, 125 clutch. Obviously, he's a right fielder. He can play left, center, and first base as well. We're going to put his fielding at 76, 74 arm strength, 72 arm accuracy, 63 reaction with 55 speed. Diamond hitting, silver defense. This is going to be interesting because this is a very, very usable card based off of these stats. We're going to see what they give him, but this card, it's going to be tough because there's a lot of really good right fielders. He doesn't have the greatest defense. There are better defensive outfielders. Come to mind, you can get Prestige Bellinger. That's a 98 that has very good power numbers, not as great as contact. Definitely better fielding, better speed. So we'll kind of see how this card plays. With those hitting stats, he needs to be in lineups. Yeah, this is going to be based off of a right fielder though. So you might have a first baseman here. You might have a right fielder. So Greg Maddux played from 86 to 2008. Played with Atlanta, mainly the Dodgers, the Cubs, and the San Diego Padres. 94, he was Cy Young winner that season. He was 16-6 with a 1.56 ERA. He pitched 202 innings, 156 strikeouts. He had 10 complete games. He was an all-star 8 times. He was in the MVP voting 6 times, and he was in the Cy Young voting 9 times. He was an 18-time Gold Glove winner. So this is one of those players, Greg Maddux, that I feel like they don't have a diamond fielder for a pitcher. 18-time Gold Glove winner, that deserves, I feel like, at least a diamond. He'll probably have gold defense, but we'll see if they give him diamond defense. But 18 times he's a Gold Glove winner. The only other one I can think off the top of my head is Mark Burley was a very good defender for the White Sox. I know he does have goal defense in this game, but 18 times, that's a lot. He's a 4-time Cy Young winner from 92 to 95 every season. So 92, 93, 94, 95. So here are the stats I came up with. 99 overall, Greg Maddux. Wow, he does have an 87 in the game. So I based that pitch mix off of that card: sinker, circle change, cutter, four seam, and curve. I upped the miles per hour on the sinker a little bit. I think 1 mile per hour. We could go up a little bit more, 91, 92, depending on what they want to do. They have added pitches, so we'll kind of see what they do with the pitch mix and the speed differentials, but these are kind of the numbers I came up with looking at his previous card and kind of what he did in his career. But we'll put his stamina at 118, 107 hits per nine, 95 Ks per nine, 98 walks per nine, 94 home runs per nine, 119 pitching clutch, 97 control. Obviously very, very, very good control with his pitching in his career. 70 velo with 99 break. So obviously he is not a power pitcher, but he has always been a precision pitcher. I know his 87 was used quite a bit. I think on Legend, a lot of the better players, top players, were using him pretty early on in the game just because he had such good control, such good movement on his sinker, circle change, his cutter. Every pitch moved pretty good, it looked like. So this card I feel like is going to be chosen probably the most out of all these cards. There's a lot of Greg Maddux fans out there. There is not a card like this in the game that could be dominant, especially with his speeds, the pitch mix. It's just a really good overall card. Sinker, cutter combo. You got circle change, curveball, four seam. Those are probably the 5 best pitches you can have in this game. A lot of people have these pitches in the game, but just the control would put this card over the top, and the stamina, the hits per nine, the 99 break. You're not going to be overpowering anyone with this card, but the break of the pitches, the locations you can spot with this card would be very, very fun. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with what they do with these cards, and hopefully these are the cards, because you just never know. They did leak the cards. A lot of people jumped on that, saw it, put it all over Twitter, and it just kind of streamlined from there. So we'll see. Hopefully they have these cards in the game. All right, that's gonna do it. Those are my stats. Those are my predictions for these cards. If you guys agree, disagree, leave those in the comment section below. Cards I did design, these are made up as well. These are not the cards that are in the game coming out on Friday, but I just made little replicas, so hopefully they will be something close. Let me know what you guys think down below. Before you guys click off, make sure you leave a like on the video. Comment down below, that does help, and make sure you hit that subscribe button with the notification bell on. Pretty straightforward for this video, just some stat predictions, some backgrounds on some of these cards, just to give you an idea. It's coming out Friday. It's exciting because baseball is about to start. I know the White Sox start on Friday as well, so that's gonna be a lot of fun to watch baseball. We're gonna have the 6th inning drop. We're gonna have some new conquest maps. There's gonna be a lot going on, so keep an eye out for some conquest maps, some rewards. I will be putting those out on Twitter. Might make a video on it. We'll see what happens depending on what time I have. I want to thank you guys for watching, and always, hopefully I will see you in the next video.